Monday Night Raw was in Lexington, Kentucky last night, and they had to go head-to-head against the College Football National Championship, which was between LSU and Clemson. LSU won the game 42-25, and that was the longest football game I've ever seen. It was unbelievably long. There were so many commercials. It was just, oh my God, is this thing ever going to end? Raw was practically done by halftime in the game, and it was just ridiculous. Anyway, congratulations, LSU, national champions. Anyway, let's getting to Raw now. You started the show off with Randy Orton coming down to the ring, and he's about to say something until AJ Styles comes out. AJ asks Randy if he's going to brag or pretend he has under knee injury. AJ says he really thought Orton was hurt and he got an RKO, and they're both in the Royal Rumble. They have a confrontation. I think to myself, they could do a rematch at WrestleMania. It wouldn't be a horrible idea because last year they had a good match, but they didn't have a great match. I think they're capable of having a great match. I think they might be motivated to have one because last year they got messed up because the stupid light in the MetLife Stadium messed them up in that match. So they could have a great match. They'd be motivated too. I don't see why not, but I wouldn't mind a rematch if they do that. However, they're having a confrontation, and Drew McIntyre comes out. Drew McIntyre says that he is going to win. I think with him, he's one of the major favorites to win. He could win. I think the two favorites are Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre for the Royal Rumble this year. It could go to Reigns, it could go to McIntyre. Both of them are very possible because I see them both getting title shots. I think Reigns is going to beat Wyatt for the title. I think McIntyre is probably going to face Lesnar for the Universal title. And if you're doing that, either one could win. And there's no Elimination Chamber this year, by the way. It's in Saudi Arabia, so fuck you, Saudi. Fuck you guys. Fuck you. I love the Elimination Chamber. It's one of my favorite pay-per-views to watch every year. No Elimination Chamber because they're in fucking Saudi Arabia this year. So fuck Saudi Arabia. Fuck you, Saudi. They set up a triple threat match, and you have it. You have it on against AJ Styles against Drew McIntyre. Okay matchup here. All these guys are good. McIntyre's certainly getting a big push right now. They're getting all the way with this guy. It looked like they were going to do that last year. There was even people who thought it could have been Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman for the Universal title at WrestleMania last year. They didn't do that, but it looks like they're going to go all the way with him this year. It'll probably be him and Brock for the title. At the end of the match, Orton was walking around the ring. Walks around the ring. He goes for an RKO on Styles, but Styles hits a roll up. He gets an near fall. Orton gets an RKO. However, Drew kills Randy Orton with a Claymore kick. And then he gets the pinfall on AJ Styles after he took an RKO. So McIntyre gets the win here. They show a recap of Big Show's return from last week. Akam and Razor are locked from the Seth Rollins enters, and they would add someone to their stable this week. He cuts a promo, not very good. You have Ricochet against Mojo Rawley. I think Mojo's probably going to leave soon. I see Mojo Rawley probably... I don't know where he'd go. But he probably should find a new promotion. He's not going to push. Ricochet gets the win. They show the Street Profits in the back. Oh, I can't watch it. I hate those guys. I hate watching them now. I like them in NXT, but they're horrible in the main roster. Next, he goes to Charlotte Flair against against Sarah Logan. Not Liv. We'd see Liv later, but she kills Sarah Logan. Sarah Logan looks like nothing. Cares looks a complete joke. She goes for just a match in which Sarah tries to get something. She grabs Charlotte by the hair, and they're fighting on the outside, but Charlotte gets a black backbreaker and a flatliner into the turnbuckles, and she hits the figure 4. She gets the figure 8 when she bridges. She gets Sarah Logan to tap out. Squash match for Charlotte. I don't know what she's going to do because I don't think she's winning the Rumble. I think it's going to be Becky and Ronda or Becky and Shayna at WrestleMania. So I think for Charlotte, I don't know where she's going to go. I assume probably she's going to get a big match, but I don't know what her plans are for WrestleMania. She beats up Sarah again after the end of the match. They show Joe and Owens talking in the back. Big Show shows up, and he tells him not to stress about the rules, and he's going to knock someone out with the 7-size fist. Next, they show Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman make their way to the ring. Paul with his usual promo, kind of the same thing we hear every time about promo in Kentucky. The crowd is they're not necessarily into them, but Paul says the biggest news broke in 2020 was Brock was going to enter the Rumble and he'd be entering first. His clan will go through 29 competitors, and he says there's going to be a spoiler. It's not a prediction. It's a spoiler. Same shtick we hear every year. However, R-Truth comes out, and this is probably one of the best parts of the whole show. Truth tells Paul he's glad he called him out. He is going to set it off. He is doing really well here. He's entertaining, and then he says something really funny, and then he says to Brock, he may be a very big man, but he knows he will be flying over that top rope, and Brock starts laughing. Paul is, this is actually very entertaining. You see, Truth's very funny here. He talks about the Royal Rumble match, and he mocks Lesnar, and this is just, I thought this was actually really funny. And then Truth says he has a question for Brock. He spots up, he does a split. He starts to do the rap, but he gets a clothesline, and Brock kills him with an F5. That was actually very funny. That was very entertaining. I thought that was really good. And then what happens is they show R-Truth is still recovering from his beating. Mojo Rawley comes out, hits R-Truth with a boot, and he regains the 24/7 title. So, yay. Who cares? We go to footage earlier when Bobby Lashley and Lana arrived in the building. This is just not very entertaining. They show Charlie Caruso interviewing them. They talk about Liv Morgan and everything that happened at the wedding. Lana says they made 2 New Year's revolutions and they accept everyone's jealous and envious of their success. Second, they are going to crush Rusev. You got Bobby Lashley with Lana against Rusev. And hopefully this is the end of this feud, because feud sucks. So what happens is it's an okay matchup. It's not bad. You have them facing each other. Lana is there on the outside. However, what happens is Liv Morgan, near the end of the match, or the match went to a commercial, but Liv Morgan makes her way to the ring. She looks great, I have to say. Liv looked really hot today, or last night. And she makes her way, and she goes after Lana, and Liv tells Lana to do it. And Lana, what she did was she throws a drink right in Liv's face, and she sends Liv Morgan to the ringside barrier. Lana gets revenge. Lashley hits a spear, and Rusev 1, 2, 3. Lashley with the win. I do not want this Liv Morgan Lana feud to continue. I really thought they should have just done Sonya the LRMania Rose and Otis. I'm going to keep going over it. They messed that up, man. They show Charlie Caruso. She's interrupted by Lashley and Lana, and they cut a promo, and Bobby says she wants to know. Bobby goes against Liv Morgan and Lana, and him cut a promo on her, and I think that sets up a mixed tag for next week. Ivar and Eric come out to the ring. They have an open challenge. It's the Singh brothers. Yeah, you read that, right? They kill him. Quick match. They show Rusev and Liv Morgan in the back, and they challenge them to the match. And Liv says she doesn't make promise she won't keep. Liv says she is a living embodiment of your karma, and karma's a bitch, and that sets up the mixed tag for later next week. Next, they're doing a contract signing of Jerry Lawler in the ring, and he's hosting it. Becky Lynch comes out, and next is Asuka, and with her tag team partner Kairi Sane. Asuka yells into the mic at Becky. Kairi moves over to Becky's side of the table and looks like they're going to jump her, and Kairi holds up her umbrella and Becky takes it. Kairi leaves the ring. Asuka signs a contract. Becky signs the contract as well. Becky tells Asuka, "May the best woman win." Asuka spits and mist in Becky's face, and she screams in Japanese, and she gets revenge. So Becky Lynch, covered in green mist, looked really good actually. I thought, and when Asuka has the green makeup, it looks bad because all I can think of is like The Exorcist and like green vomit. Just it doesn't messes you up. Anyway, they show Becky, she's being treated after the missing. She says, when they give you money and praise, it's poison for the things you fight for a living. She says Asuka is angry, and while Becky says she is content. Becky says she's been trying to find an anger she can use. When you touch her, it causes badness to rise in. She does not care if they're going to hide her from Becky. She's going down swinging. She's going to take Asuka down with her. That sets up the big matchup for the Royal Rumble. This show happened with Andrade and Rey Mysterio, and it's official. Next week you have Rey Mysterio and Andrade in a ladder match for the U.S. title. I hope they don't blow it off for WrestleMania, before WrestleMania. They show Sarah Screeber in the back. She's interviewing Zelina Vega and Andrade. Zelina rips into Sarah. She says she's not qualified to talk to them. There's a lot between Andrade and the disgraced legend Rey Mysterio. Andrade deserves the adulation of everyone. Andrade was a man enough to win the top MSG, and then they're going to file a criminal report against Rey. Zelina says Rey is a disgrace to all Latinos, an example to his bad son, to his son Dominic, and all of Rey's children. Andrade says to call Rey Mysterio a Latino is a disgrace. He is going to remain champion next week and beat Rey Mysterio. So I guess they're going to add the whole Mexican angle. I'm not sure. They show Charlie Cruz at Rey Mysterio on the back, and he cuts a promo on them. He is going to make sacrifice his career. He accepts the consequences, and he's going to take back his U.S. title. They continue to hype up Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy. Another Aleister Black promo. That's the next match. Aleister Black just owns Buddy Murphy. He beats him every fucking week. I can't watch this. Every fucking week Aleister Black wins. He beats him every week. However, it did make sense to see where they were going after this. Aleister Black gets thrown after the Black Mass, and we set up something good for Buddy Murphy later in the show. They announced Brock's on Raw next week, and it's Lashley and Lana against Rusev and Liv Morgan. That's the go-home show to the Royal Rumble next week. And they show Buddy Murphy still at ringside as Eric Rowan makes his way to the ring. They show Charlie Cruz was all over this show, by the way. I'm not complaining, but she was on the show. Wow. Eric Rowan fights some guy, kills him, and after the match, they show Rowan. I don't know. He opens up into the crate and something bites him. I don't know what it's gonna be. It's just it's so gimmicky. I don't care anymore. Switch it and. Anyway, main event. You have Akam, Razor, and Seth Rollins against Big Show, KO, and Samoa Joe. So this is okay. This is fine. This was a quick match. It didn't last too long. Owens is chokeslammed onto Joe through the announcer's table. Rollins hits a block onto Show and sends Rollins into the turnbuckle. However, in the match, Buddy Murphy was still in ringside. He attacked Big Show. Buddy Murphy helps the other three win. Show sets up a Vader bomb on Akam and Razor, but they hit a double power bomb. Murphy holds Show and Seth Rollins with a blockout, and 1 week after he turned Big Show's pinned. 1, 2, 3. Akam retires, Seth Rollins wins, and their new faction, the fourth member is Buddy Murphy. So you have Seth Rollins, Buddy Murphy, and the Authors of Pain, Razor and Akam. That's your new faction. I don't know, they should call themselves the Outer Circle. That'd be funny, but that's new. That's his new team. So that was Raw. It was okay, and one more week. Next week is the Go Home Raw, but for the Royal Rumble.